Hey everybody, it's Sara with Single Moms Ask Sara, and I'm here today with another Single Mom Short. So last time we were together, we talked about, is it possible to be a nurturing, loving mom and a disciplinarian? And we decided, of course, the answer is yes, it is completely possible. So let's review our dictionary definition of discipline. I'm going to read it to you to make sure that I get it right. So it's training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties or moral character. And that's exactly what we want to accomplish for our kids. We want them to be successful. And if we think of discipline, if you remember the last time we talked about athletes and musicians and artists and people that we felt were disciplined, we didn't think of them as being punished. These are folks who have really honed their craft, really learned their trade. They're very successful. They're at the top of their game. And that's what we want for our kids. So how do we do discipline without punishment? Because, punishment is the yucky part, right? That's the part that we don't want to deal with. Well, discipline is a whole big structure, and punishment is just a little part of it. So if you have the structure in place, you really don't end up spending very much of your time actually punishing your children. So today I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 techniques to use so that you can begin to create that discipline structure without punishing. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, set clear expectations. Now you're going to have to adjust those expectations based on the age and development of your children, but you can do that. Make sure that they understand what it is that you expect from them. I mean, think about it from a work standpoint. When you go to work, your boss, sometimes they want this, sometimes they want that. You don't really know what to do when you get there in the morning, and you spend the entire day like that. You become discouraged, and very quickly you just don't care, so you don't try. And that's what happens with your kids. Same deal. So set those very clear expectations. Make sure that you and they know what you want from them. Okay, so number 2 is stick with the expectations. I know this seems really simple, but you'd be surprised at how many times that doesn't happen. If you tell your kids that all the toys have to be picked up before they go to bed at night or before they turn on the television in the evening, then every time the toys all have to be picked up before the TV comes on. If you tell your teenagers that at 9:30 everybody's off their cell phones and they go into a basket, then every night at 9:30 everybody's off their cell phones and they go into a basket. If you don't stick with the expectations, your kids aren't going to stick with them either. And again, going back to our work example, it's the same deal. So your boss says he wants this, and then he doesn't seem to really care. Or your boss says, this is what I want you to do today, and then comes in and changes it all. Again, you give up, you lose heart, you start to do a bad job, or you sabotage. Or maybe you just do things to get under their skin for fun because you find them to be really annoying, and that's much more entertaining. Have your kids ever done that? Once in a while, I'm sure it's happened. Okay, so stick with your expectations. And finally, the third one is catch your kids doing something good and tell them how much you appreciate the fact that they're doing something wonderful, that they're following the rules, that they're meeting the expectations. And again, this kind of sounds like a no-brainer, but just like at work, the number 1 reason people stay in their jobs is not the pay. Pay actually has come in third. It's appreciation and acknowledgement. It is so easy for us as busy moms to think, okay, the kids are quiet, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, everything is okay, and I can go off and take care of the other 100 things on my plate. But if you don't stop and tell your kids, hey, I see that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I really appreciate that you're doing that. Thank you so much. They're going to stop doing it. Again, it's just like at work. If nobody ever appreciates you, then you stop doing the extra effort. You stop meeting those defined expectations, because why not? So it's the same way with your kids. People who are appreciated, they'll go above and beyond in the extra mile. It really helps your kids with their self-esteem, and it really teaches them that you are serious. You know, you mean what you say, and you catch them. You know that they're doing a good job, and it really makes a difference, and you really appreciate it. So try these 3 tips. Let me say them just one more time to make sure that you have them. 1, set clear expectations. 2, stick with those expectations. And 3, catch your kids doing something good and tell them about it. I'd love to hear your feedback when you implement these techniques. Just shoot me an email at Sara@singlemomsasksara.com or leave me a comment below. I promise I'll come back and read all of the comments and respond to you. Thanks so much, and until next time, bye-bye.